Sports.
Welcome back to Bite Size Sports, where we're doing something a little different today. As you'll see, we are covering the Elite Racing League, which is some iRacing. You might be asking yourself, Kevin, why are we here watching the JD's Hilltop Salvage 300, brought to you by Mrs. Goody's GN Series? Well, viewer, Bite Size Sports not only will be covering this racing league this year, but we have sponsored our own car. Look for the number 99 Bite Size Sports car up in this race. Now, I have removed the desktop audio from this live stream. If you want to go catch the actual presentation, I implore you to do so. This is not meant to replace that, at least not be a one-for-one. We're just going to focus on our guy in this race. We're looking out for David Westergreen. There he is, sitting in 29th, Lake Norman Motorsports, rocking that number 99. He's going to stick out for us, folks, don't worry. He's in the bite-size black and pink, looking like Bret the Hitman Hart out on the course. Looking like a pretty good spot, I'd say. 29th, we got at least 45 here running. Now, one thing the longtime viewers will know is that I don't really know a lot about this stuff yet, so we're going to learn together. Maybe not going to learn a lot this race, but seeing as we are now immersed into the world of racing, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the other videos on the channel. This is going to be a part of who we are now, so if you're into more of the live stream format like this, go find us on Twitch at Bite Size Sports. You can also watch those VODs on our YouTube channel, Bite Size Streams, if that stuff doesn't make it over here. But anyway, I'm going to start listening to the race, guys, again, and let's talk about what's about to happen here. Keep an eye out for the number 99. Here we go. There he is. You gonna see him? Let me get my mouse out up here. You're gonna see him right up here. That looks like our bite-sized sports car right there, baby. Let's go. We're racing, baby. I love it. All right. David Westergreen's has picked a win. Let's go. Now, the guys, if you're listening to the audio from the actual race here, they're predicting their winners. We already know who's going to win. He's rocking that 99 in the purple and pink. But if there's one thing that I don't know anything about, it's speedway racing, because I just picked up NASCAR Heat 4 as we get a beautiful view of that pink and purple bite-sized sports again. And I tell you what, short track, I've kind of figured it out. I kind of don't suck horribly on at least the console version of that. But, my God, just horrible, absolutely horrible when it comes to speedway racing. So I'm hoping that our commentators here are going to give me a little something so that I can learn what the hell it is that I'm doing wrong. Oh, there we go. Look at that. We hit the main screen. Oh, you guys probably missed it. Man. I am bummed. Sorry, they were talking about a new paint scheme, and I thought they might have been talking about us. But I just realized my big mug is blocking some of these cars here. So let's make me a little smaller, because as pretty as I am, that's not what's important right now. Hey, we're going to get him. There he is. Boom. I like it. Now I'm hoping, I don't know, maybe David will be down to join us at some point during the season, or at the very least at the end of the season. Certainly know we will give it a shot. Shout out to Nate, by the way. Our boy Nate is who really made this happen. Long time listeners. may remember the Smoke Break Sports brand, and David actually raced our Smoke Break Sports car last year, but we didn't know what the hell we were doing, and we didn't do our part as a sponsor, which we are absolutely going to do a better job of this year. So yeah, we will be covering all of these so long as I'm around. Obviously, if we miss a couple, we'll go back to them. Might not cover everything live because I also don't want to steal. You know, we're trying to grow together here, right? Like, you know, I don't want to be stealing views from the Elite Racing. So what you'll notice, like, I'm not even live streaming this on my channel right now. This will be released afterwards. In the future, we may do some live streams. I want to run it by them first and do everything above board and make sure that we're a good partner here and not doing any damage. I like some of these camera angles. This is a first for me. This is my first time watching iRacing like this. I like the adjusted camera angles. It does. I mean, it looks a lot like television presentation. There we go. I'm loving that. We are getting a lot of that 99 car on the screen, and that is great. Loving that he's inside. Let's see on the race grid. He's moved up to 21st. I mean, that was a good move. You know, he's been moving up, so we're looking pretty good here. 2 hours and 50 minutes to go. So there's definitely going to be a stream break here at some point, or at least a video break, maybe switching over into the live stream of it all. But this is what got me early. You know, I've been someone who has dogged racing for comedic value on the show. And this is the stuff where it's like when you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're looking for, it's like, what's going on? You know, looks like nothing's going on, right? To the untrained eye, which I can speak as an untrained eye here, it's just sort of like, okay, well, everybody, you know, you got 2 straight lines of cars, and you know, it's like, what the hell, man? This is supposed to be exciting, but just hopping on, like, just with a controller, just, you know, I tell you what, I equate it kind of to like playing baseball. Playing baseball was infinitely more fun than watching it ever has been. And maybe if I had raced more, or at least done more video game racing growing up, I might have had a bigger appreciation for the sport and not been in the situation that I'm in, well, that I found myself in, where for 20 years I was like, wow, racing kind of sucks, man. Like, this is boring. Why is anybody into it? And then, you know, now I've got a bit of that itch, and I'm just some dude who can't hold water and console racing. You know, I'd love to see, our boy Nate has expressed maybe getting in the iRacing of it someday. I'd love to see that. Hell, if I could get a rig, I'd love to do it. I'd love to see if I would be the absolute worst racer in the history of iRacing. I think I could be not last place. I think I can get second to last. Oh, what's going on? Oh, what do we got? We got the 88. Oof. He's going into the pit, I think. What just happened there? Missed the incident that caused that, but see, I mean, there's some actual wreckage going on here, although it looks like everyone's safe, but a bit of a fender bender at the very least. I don't get a lot of that playing NASCAR Heat, which, I mean, that's a pretty looking Mountain Dew car. I like that 88 car. It's a solid paint scheme. Let's see, how did our boy fare in all of this? Oh, he's pulling out here. What is going on? These guys on the air are talking about guys getting spooked, but some of these cars look like they were up ahead. We got 3 out already. Maybe this guy's going to the pit. What's he doing? cannot imagine what's got people coming out. There's a big field here. And something I learned from our Mid-Ohio coverage with Nate was that finishing is very important. You know, it's a revelation. I know some of you guys are like, wow, what great content this is. But I am just surprised I didn't see anything wrong. And this is where I really do hope to be able to interview some people who are involved in the sport to say, hey, what happens here with this stuff? How are we doing these pit, you know, like these guys are going to do pit stops. They were talking earlier about tires while saying that the tires wouldn't be relevant. So, you know, I just still have a lot to learn. So forgive me on this first one. It's maybe going to be rough on my end trying to figure out what the hell's going on and adequately relay that information onto you guys. But our guy Dave is sitting at 31 now. What I think I'm going to do is run this for a certain amount of time, and then we'll take a quick break. Then we'll try to get set up on an actual live stream, because this is going to be probably about a 3-hour race, and that will probably just, I mean, that's just a big file on my computer, you know what I'm saying? I don't know that we need that big of a file. I have not seen the beautiful number 99 bite-sized sports car on our screen for a minute here. Everything got a little wonky after that accident there, but I see us number 31 in the standings, which is still okay, still a good spot. I think we're probably in that second grouping. This is an interesting thing that I notice in speedway racing, and something that I still don't understand about, you know, Elite Racing Network and the iRacing of it all is out on the road, you know, it's like, yeah, well, these cars are better, you know, there's some of it's the driver, some of it's the car, but I don't know how the assets work in iRacing. Is everyone using the exact same rig? Like, are there limitations? Is there a reason that these groups have separated like this, or is it just the skill level, and they're running different lines, which is why we've had the separation of the pack? I don't know. We will find some of these answers. We're sitting at 32 right now, 7.5 seconds off the lead, but that's all right. We're gonna move up here. I can feel it. I just wanted to show us some of this second grouping. You know, let's see some of this beautiful coloring. Now that number 40, it's got a very similar paint scheme. I can respect it. Look at that. Whoa, you know, it'd be great to, you know, the next thing we're gonna do, bite-sized fam, is start probably a different team. Probably can't call it bite-sized racing team, but that would be fun, right? Start a little iRacing squad. You're just gonna watch Nate drive while I'm up in his. Got one on your left. Got one underneath there, Bubba. It's going high. It's going high. I really, really would like to see the back. Now, I guess I get it. You know, it's probably not super entertaining to show the back grouping, but I'd like to see it. You know, the sponsors want to see it. You know. Oh, I think I got a glimpse. I think we got a glimpse. Oh, get us in there. Nope. We're probably... I think we're doing this in stages, from my understanding. So what we're probably going to do is take our breaks during the stages there. That's going to be nice. So maybe I can even get the stream key set up in time for part 2 to be going live. But I will be interested to see how the staging part works, because I'm assuming it's going to be a nice opportunity to get a good reset. We'll be back in the main group again, and then after a couple of laps, it's going to go back, one would assume, to this 2-group situation we've got. I would love to see the bird's eye view. I would like to see where that second grouping is. It almost feels like they're about a half lap behind. Looks like we're moving up again. I see. It looks like we're in the late 20s instead of the low 30s. High 20s instead of low 30s. Lap 17. Yeah, we're at 28. Still sitting pretty good. I'm liking what we're seeing here. Now, of course, you'll get to see how bad I am at doing all of this. The Bite Size Sports Twitch channel, where you can see me dirt tracking it. Maybe a little truck series, although, you know, I'm rocking that old school game, so it was called the Gander Truck series back then. And I just got put on the hot seat for Xfinity, so, you know, you get to see some very below average driving while I cuss at my TV screen. "45 laps or so on fuel is what I just heard." Oh, there we go. I just saw us. I just saw us at the very top of that turn. That is neat. I think there we go. And in the second grouping, you can see us just on the inside. There we go. Bite Size Sports. There it is. Beautiful. There we are. Look at that, baby. Right there. Gonna listen for a second. There. Look at that. Dang. What's up, man? Belly Up Sports is who they were just giving a shout out to. So maybe, hey, maybe Bite Size Sports does still have a chance to be in this racing thing, you know? We'll see. Have a team that's got to be pretty good for the folks at Belly Up Sports. They're riding 1 and 2 right now as we close off what I am told is the last lap of this first stage. So it's looking like 6 stages. Trey Holmes is fueled up. That's the guy who got lapped. So he'll be, I don't know, is he a lap behind? Yeah, he's 1 lap behind, so. They're talking about the lucky dog position. All right, let's just learn a little bit. So it's going to end up on that lead lap, I believe. That's my interpretation of that. Oh, there's that 70 car we saw earlier that I thought was leaving. Looks like it's staying on. And that's, I guess, that's going to be one of the things I come to learn. But the wear and tear on these simulations seems to be a very real thing. These guys are doing what they can to just stay in the race and finish, get some points. I have no idea how the point system works, but we'll get that figured out for our future coverage. Dang, that 40 car looks a lot like ours, you know? It looks, I can understand now. You know, there was some back and forth in getting our set up, and man, it's crazy how similar the designs were for that 40 and the number 99 Bite Size Sports car, because that man, I'm looking at basically one of our mock-ups, kind of. Not to suggesting that, it's you know, it's awesome. I'm loving it. I like the cut of their jib. Ooh, look at this, Josh Robin. Lake Norman Motorsports, we like that. I believe that's a team that we're sponsoring, you know what I'm saying? Just double check, but hey. Ooh. That was close. So that 60 car dipped, and I think if he had dipped a little bit longer, he might have gotten himself in some trouble. Good save. I like this explanation, by the way. I think one of these, I'm going to try to, will get the actual audio playing with me, so y'all can hear this stuff if you didn't watch it live. But again, I implore you, go watch it at the Elite Racing Network on their YouTube channel. Let's help them grow with us, and then you can come back here and listen to my stupid shit. Where are we? 26 now. Let's go, Dave. Well done, man. Although I guess I was wrong about these stages. I thought we were ending after 20. I was ready to take a break, but y'all have no fear. We will. They just got it. 6 laps. So it's going to be 4 stages of 30 then. So 6 laps until the first points of the season. That's pretty cool. They're doing the points by stages. Another thing that I just don't quite understand yet. So this is fun. I'm learning a lot. If you want to hear me talk about things that I do know, make sure you subscribe and check out our basketball videos. I don't know. Some of you might not know this. I am lead editor for The Last Word on Sports. We cover NCAA and NBA. That's the site. That's where my focus is. Basketball. So y'all be ready for me. One of these days I'll convince our racing guy to come on. We'll do a double coverage of this bad boy. Ooh. Wow, okay. I see some pushing too, okay. A lot of racing for that top spot there. 4 more laps till the end of stage 1. At which point, the Bite Size Sports number 99 will officially have some points for the season. 14 got turned on the apron. I hear it's a save. There he is. Looking safe. Let's see that. 26th. All right, so we are definitely in that second grouping. I wonder, I can't wait to see this in the second stage. I wonder if that wreck, whatever it was that caused the 88 and some of those other cars to go into the infield, I'm wondering if that's what created this really wide gap. We talked about it earlier. Now the gap's up to 13 seconds. Well, let's call it 11 seconds from the back of Group 1 to Group 2 is about 11 seconds. So I wonder if that had something to do with it, if so many in that back half, if that's where the accident was and they had to slow down in order to stay on that lead lap in it, which I would say would be a worthy sacrifice. You got to make sure you are still in this thing for the rest of the, you have 3 other stages after this, so you don't want to lose it all this early. Ooh, that number 9's a little loose there. Getting back in, okay. Man, I feel that pain. That's, tell you what. Used to make a lot of fun at the expense of people just turning left all day, but it ain't as easy. when you actually do it. This guy's gonna. Bodie's got the lead. Got one lap here. We'll see how this wraps. I think we're still sitting around that 28-29 spot. '24, yep, 24. Hey, we are leading that second group, by the way. Now that Bite Size Sports Car is running that second pack. That's very good. I like it. About to see. Okay. This will always be the most exciting part of each stage here. Uh, making this push. Now, I doubt it'll be as exciting as the final push, but, you know, we're going to see some moves being made here. That number 8 car on the outside, by the way, is a lap behind, so I won't get too excited, but let's go. So the range of these sponsors is interesting. I see GoPro, I see Miller Lite, I see Monster, I see Bud. And here we are, baby. What's up? Campbell, did he get it? So... is that a pit there? We going into pit? So I wonder what's... I thought it was like a stage stop, stage start, but it seems like you're just getting points at these stages. So we are at around 28th, I think. 27th now. Okay, we're still in good spot. Okay, so 15 laps from the next pit stop. Look at that 91 looking like an Elmer's glue car. What is going on? 89 laps to go. Sitting there at the 27th position. Ooh, what's this? We got a cutaway. Oh, what? Hey, look at that. Robin got back to the lead lap. Look at that. Very nice. So I'm learning right now that the number 8 car and the number 40 are teammates. So, oh, something got out of hand. Caution coming. Oh no. Tell me the 99's safe. Come on, 99. Dodge it. No. Come on. That's awful. What just happened there? So this is what caused the wreck here. But what I was hearing is that Trey Holmes, that 88, should have gotten off the track there, and that got our car knocked out. Like, he's just sitting there and sitting there. Moves forward, but not not backwards. He's just sitting there. And boom, there we are. We get smacked. That's very unfortunate. Now, from what the announcers are saying, it's probably going to get looked at. But that, I mean, I'm very frustrated by that, of course, because that's going to impact our standing. That is. There's our car in pit. Hopefully we're okay because somebody else didn't feel like pitting. There he is. There he is. Holmes right there. He's the reason we're going in the pit a little early. So not super thrilled about that. But I want to finish a thought, something we were talking about before that big wreck, and that was that the number 8 that was on the had gotten back onto the lead lap. He was teammates with Fody. Number 40 car, which may have been perhaps why he was able to, hey, you know, get in front of me. I'll give you a little push. But it looks like we're getting back out there. I think that's us. Let's see if it's us coming. Purple. I cannot tell if that is the bite size 99. It's not. That's a real bummer. It looks like we're still in the pit. Maybe we're done for the night. That really hurts. Not the way we wanted to start the season for sure. Of course, no fault of our guy. They're doing some sponsor reads. Probably not us, but man, come on, get us out that pit, baby. Get us out that pit. Man. Dang, that's a bummer. About to have to text Nate on this. We gotta check the Twitter though. In there? Man. At least we got points. Thank God that happened after the first stage. It didn't happen in like the 25th lap or something and cost us all our points. Man. This is a heartbreaker. And Elite just did a nice little ad read saying that if you want to run any iRacing cars, reach out to them on Twitter. So I might do that someday. Might try to support our boy Nate in that endeavor at the very least. But for now, we are here to support our fallen soldier. Man, I think we're out. I'm looking for the overlay, but I think we are out. Man. Well, we're definitely gonna hang around, guys. We're not gonna tap out quite yet. I don't know if we'll cover the whole race now that our boy is out, but I definitely want to stick around and see if we can get him back in. I don't know how much it would help at all at this point to run more laps, if he'll get credit for finishing other stages after not finishing this one. I don't know what our deal is here. But it looks like looks like they're having some technical difficulties here on their overlay, which is, completely understandable. It's day one of the season. We didn't talk about us yet. Yep, they just named us as 3 laps down and probably done for the evening. Another wreck. Jeez, another wreck. That is unfortunate. Man, it's unfortunate. That car is gone. But again, I'm having a hard time getting over the fact that first accident did not have to happen. Well, at least parts of it were going to happen, but that very frustrating of all the, of course, frustrating because it happened to us, right? But that is just a bummer and a half. No caution on this one, because that's what happens when everybody can get out of the way in time. So, not sure what happened. I mean, easy for me to say sitting up here, but the announcers also were of the impression that Holmes will probably going to be getting a talking to about how to better handle that situation, I guess. Oh, something just happened with their broadcast. Here comes the overlay. Yikes. So yeah, I mean, I guess with the other wreck, we're not alone in this pain. There's 10 to 12 people, looks like, that are at least a lap behind. Man, you can tell I'm pissed. My twirling my beard now. Wow. Mang, oh mang. You know what? While we're here, let's talk about some other sports news, huh? Why not? Let's just talk about it, because we can throw the race up. We can have a second display up in this. Some things have happened in the wide world of sports that I would like to share with all of y'all. Mainly in the basketball space, because we've had some weird things going on in the amateur basketball world. Y'all seen any of this DeJounte Murray business? It is a bit insane. Forgive me. Move this. Oh, got a car stopped in the middle of the track and we don't get a yellow. Unbelievable. Absolutely disgusted. Deserved better. Yes. I would agree with that. I'm going to save that photo because, well, it's an action shot. BS wreck. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely what it was. Man, it's just a real big bummer. I must admit. Let's do something about this stream format though, because this ain't it, Chief. No, that was not the one I wanted to fix. Apparently it was this one. God damn it! There we go. Sweet Jesus, why was that so difficult? Okay, and now that we are here, so very sad about that. We're gonna come back and tweet about that later because I just don't quite have the words right now. The only thing I don't have the words for is the behavior of one DeJounte Murray. Oh my God. If you haven't seen or heard any of the back and forth between this dude and Paolo Banchero, who we love, well, let's watch some. See what he say on Instagram. A lot of this back and forth has just been due to them playing in Zeke's tournament together and not getting along, I guess. You know, Seattle apparently has something to do with it. They're both from Seattle. Let's watch some of the actual highlights. Let's start to see some of this beef, though. So here's the up and under. I mean, that's a pretty clean play. I don't have any issue with it. He's being very small here between the ears from DeJounte. I don't know what the personal beef is. It's evident that it exists. Otherwise, I don't know. He's telling him that he needs to be, he, pronouns pal. DeJounte is telling Paolo that he needs to be humble and act like he's been there before. Hey, Paolo, LOL, and followed me on the gram and everything. It must be personal, huh? Make sure you guard up next time. Stop sending doubles, family. Which, you know my opinion on. Double teams are part of the game, baby. So we're gonna let people double team you, all right? Let's not go all D-book on this situation. But there's a lot more of this. See now, look, this was him last week versus me, basically. Yeah. So here's DeJounte. There's another one where he does a similar thing with another 9-5 guy. He hits the guys laying on the ground after DeJounte's teammate blocked him, not DeJounte. DeJounte smacks the ball on his head as well. So I don't understand, like, how good was Pop and the Spurs organization? How good were they at hiding what apparently is one of the NBA's biggest assholes? I mean, what is this? No way to conduct yourself when playing with a bunch of amateurs, dude. I mean, just the absolute softest shit I have ever seen. And here's him fouling, and then he'll walk away. He's talking a whole bunch of shit here. This is the guy they came to see. This guy that came to see. I'm the real number 5. It is just, you just got to retire from basketball if DeJounte is doing this to you. What? Barstool Sports, fuck off, dude. Make good content. Here it is. Here's the, yep, boom. Another smack on his head. Like, bonk. That one's, I mean, nobody's getting hurt. I guess I call that one a little more innocent, but it's just weird. Like, it's weird how big of a prick this guy is. And I, for one, just can't understand why. Like, I don't know where it came from. This was a guy. I heard it referenced. I heard the San Antonio Spurs referred to as a prep school, uh, and that if it weren't for the fact that he were in San Antonio, maybe everyone would have known that DeJounte was like this. But I cannot understand what Paolo Banchero did to him that was worth it. Like, look, this guy, him and Trey are going to be very entertaining television, and we are all going to either love rooting for them or love rooting against them. So this is great for the league. It's great for people like me. It's great for the Barstool Sportses of the world. See, here they are again. It it's a whole lot of nothing in reality. Here's what came before DeJounte's foul and his shit talk. See, here we go. Oh, running into him. Paolo gives him a belly pat because he doesn't. Paolo didn't even realize the intent here, I think, is what happened. And DeJounte is so scrawny. He's unable, like, just as we saw, I mean, he couldn't move James Harden. Like, pre-Brooklyn James Harden, too. That James Harden was a little easier to shove around, if you know what I'm saying. And here he is. And he got a little step back on him, but it's a little love tap to Paolo. And I, for one, I'm on Team Paolo when it comes to this one, man. Like, hey, I haven't seen anything that led me to believe that this was deserved or earned from Paolo's behavior. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Show me what it was that he did. Here's the other angle of that nice back to Papa dunk. And then here's you're small, and throwing the ball like that is just, I don't know, man. Everybody hooping knows, like, you've all hooped against that cat before, and he's the worst. He's the worst to play with. He's the worst to play against. You might like having him on your team, some of the time, but usually that kind of attitude, it takes away more than it gives, right? So, like, everybody, it's nice. You want that dude who can get under your skin, get of the other team, and all that good stuff. It definitely has its place. It has its benefit, but I don't know, a dude who can be this cocky. This dude's playing against dudes in literal sweatpants, and, like, there are amateurs in this. Like, I don't know, man. It's just real weird. It's a weird flex. I don't understand what DeJounte's problem is, but it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And that's where I'll end with that. My thoughts on all of this is the NBA has a new villain coming. We already loved to hate or watch Trae Young and his antics and that attitude. And with DeJounte Murray, we're just going to get a double dip of it. So Atlanta's going to be a problem. Not like a real not like a real problem, you know, like that. They're not going to rehab that Nate McMillan miracle run that they had 2 years ago. I think those days are over. But they're going to be a lot of fun. That play-in is going to be fun. Might be in there with Brooklyn at this point, which takes me to my next topic. Kevin Durant has a new list of Durmans. Wah wah wee wah. So, in a meeting with the owners, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets, Kevin Durant has basically said to Joe Tsai that it's me or Steve Nash and Sean Marks. Wow, coming from Shams, by the way. So many questions here. Not sure how to answer any of them. What is Durant's beef with Sean Marks? I would have to say, is he mad that Sean Marks listened to him when it came time to pay DeAndre Jordan $40 million over the course of 4 years? Is he mad that Karis LeVert is gone, that Jarrett Allen is gone? Is he mad that that Steve Nash got hired? I think there's definitely no love lost between Durant and Nash at this point. I don't know what the expectation was. Well, yes, I do. I take that back. This to me was Durant knowing full well that the owner's not going to fire his GM and his coach in favor of Kevin Durant. And I think this was just him doing what he could to try to give himself a way out, I guess, with some fans as far as, oh, hey, look, I didn't say they had to get rid of me, but, they chose to keep Steve Nash and Sean Marks instead of me. What am I supposed to do? And this whole thing is just incredible. Where could Kevin Durant even conceivably go? I've heard Toronto, Miami, and Boston. Toronto, I don't think has the assets because they don't want to move off of Scotty Barnes. So at that point, you're what? You're giving basically every draft pick that you can, flipping between protected and unprotected, whatever swaps, as many draft picks as you can legally trade away. And then what are you doing? Gary Trent, Achimura. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Toronto has the assets that they'd be willing to give. If I'm Boston, I just don't want to make that trade. Give me Jaylen Brown. If this were 2 or 3 years ago, if this was KD at the beginning of the Brooklyn contract, then sure. I think then that's worth the potential window that you still have remaining with Durant. But just considering the longevity issues and you really don't know how many games you're going to get out of him, I would rather have Jaylen Brown with Jason Tatum with this roster that had one of the best off seasons in the off season. So I don't know. If I'm the Celtics, I'm happy running it back with Brogdon and the other little moves that I've made and seeing what I've got at least until the trade deadline and seeing if I need to make a move there. And then that leads me to Miami and just copy and paste what I said about Toronto with the caveat this time, instead of saying that they're not willing to offer Scotty Barnes, it would be they are unable to offer Bam Adebayo because of contracts and extensions. Essentially, to get to the heart of it, as long as Ben Simmons is on the Nets, Bam Adebayo cannot be. So is there a way that Ben Simmons gets included into a trade, and then it's what, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and some draft picks? Does Miami even want to make that trade at that point? I don't know. I don't think without Adebayo, I don't think Hero and a bunch of draft picks and whoever else you throw in there moves the needle. So I don't know who Brooklyn can even move Durant for at this point. I think in January you could reintroduce DeAndre Ayton into this whole situation, but I tend to think that him being re-signed by the Suns kind of rules him out for this whole thing. Before this Kevin Durant announcement, there was still maybe some thoughts, some hopes going around that, oh, well, if the Lakers can find a third party, someone to take Westbrook's contract, the Pacers keep getting thrown into that mix, maybe the Nets could trade Kyrie to LA and get some pieces back, and maybe Durant would want to stay. But this seems to imply that no matter what, Kevin Durant is ready to go. And I just cannot understand what it is that he is so unhappy about. There has to be some things. I mean, there are things going on that I don't know about, that most of us don't know about, but there has to just be something that we aren't seeing. Maybe it is just as simple as him wanting to win and he believes that he can't win with this team, but I think that's just dumb, because you're going to have Joe Harris coming back. You've got Seth Curry. If you could get Ben Simmons to play, I, at this point, would just rather probably try to move on from Ben Simmons myself. But on paper, this is a team that very easily could be a top 2 or 3 seed in the East come playoff time, just as it's built. A couple of free agent signings, a couple of trade deadline moves, and these guys could be right there. But conversely, they could also be out of the playoffs or in the play-in. So one of the hardest teams in the whole league, I would imagine, to predict and power rank just got even more difficult because Kevin Durant has doubled down on his decision that he wants out. And then I think the next question becomes, will he play at all if the trade doesn't get made? I think it's easy enough for a GM and a player. They don't necessarily have to get along. But after you've said it's him or me between you and the coach, how do you fix that one? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think it can be fixed. I think it's without a doubt that Steve Nash made some errors in the playoffs last year. But I also don't think it's fair to lay the entire failure of last season at Steve's feet. And considering his playing career and his play style at that position, I just can't for the life of me imagine that Steve Nash doesn't have it in him to be a quality NBA head coach someday. So with that being said, Kevin Durant is done with Brooklyn. And I think I'm done talking about basketball for now. So let's jump back into the race here, see what's going on. It looks like our guy is still on the pit, but not officially listed as out. I should say he's in the pit, not on the pit. But he has not been ruled officially out yet. So there's that. Maybe he'll be back in at some point. But I think it's good to guess that we've seen all we're going to see from the number 99. See, there we are at 42. Pitt, not out. Everyone else down there is listed as out. So you're telling me there's a chance. But we might have seen all we're going to see this week from the 99, and that's okay. Again, great work on his part. There's nothing really he could have done. Really should have gotten that yellow. Really unfortunate. But nonetheless, we're happy to be here. I can guarantee you that. And we'll be here for some more. And in the meantime, come see us again. Be sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll be back with mock drafts. That's what's coming on. I didn't even tell you this. Hang on. I did not tell you guys about the official Bite Size Sports Fantasy League that unfortunately you won't be able to join this year, but we will be covering it for you all season long, and that includes me doing mock drafts from both my positions in that 12-team league. I'm in a 14-team league this year where I have the first overall pick, so that'll be fun. I also regularly do an IDP auction draft. So we'll be going over some strategy there. I should have you all know that I am a current defending IDP Snake Draft champion. So if you need help with that, I'm your guy. Subscribe, Bite Size Sports, so you'll know when the newest content is here. And in the meantime, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I will see you later. Sports.